Yeah, with a lot of respect for Yotam, I think I disagree with him on the point that that the problem of the left is that the right is really good at what they do, and the left just kind of falls over. That is to say, it assumes, therefore, that there's no problem with the messages of the left.
Right.
The left is totally fine. Its only problem is got a weak backbone. And I think
so you're saying there's a problem with the message?
There's a problem with the message.
You mean with the agenda itself, with the stance?
Agenda itself, exactly.
Yeah, so I would like to respond to that.
Go ahead.
If you have a problem with self-esteem about what you sell to the public, you sell an idea, you're an agent, you're saying what's right and what is wrong. And if you're not confident about what you're doing and what you're selling to the public, you don't need to be in politics. And if you're trying to intimidate what the right wing do, you can just vote for the right. So the left cannot be afraid from the right. It just can't happen.
Yeah, exactly. Why should they vote for Gabay? I mean, you know what? I want to bring up what's going on abroad. You have two candidates in similar positions, people who are on the left but are not in power, Bernie Sanders and Jeremy Corbyn. But they are doing well. Bernie Sanders is one of the most popular politicians in the United States, maybe the most. Jeremy Corbyn going up in the polls, even some say maybe challenging Theresa May. They are wearing their left-wing agenda on their sleeves. They're not trying to be conservative or go to the center. Well, that's what Gabay is trying to do.
Yeah, I don't think that that's a correct parallel in the situation.
Why not?
For a couple of different reasons. First of all, because I think that, as was pointed out before, is that at least the left, center, and right, and I think it's important to point out, we're not just talking about the left and right. Left and right is an American concept. Left, center, right, a number of different parties that are out there, and so it's a mistake to put it into that frame. But here we're talking about security issues, we're talking about economic issues, we're talking about identity issues, we're talking about religious issues. All of those things combined fall on the left and right about those.
I would like to add, I would just want to add, you know, if we're talking about the issues, and as Bernie Sanders said, let's talk about the issues. The left wing have a lot to offer in every issues. And when you make polls, what do you think about public transportation and Shabbat, which is an argument on debate, matter of dispute in Israel? What we get is the left is much more popular than the right. But the problem is when the right wing harms the brand, people do not want to affiliate with the left. So when we're talking about every issue as a part, the left is winning in the polls. But we're talking who you're going to vote in the elections, people are afraid because the right wing said don't vote to the left because they're going to bring ISIS to Jerusalem because Yossi Yona is part of Hamas and all kind of incitement move that you just can't accept.
Because people do not vote on issues. People vote on identity. That's what people vote on. And the problem is that the identity of Israelis is Jewish, is security driven, is connected to a sense of tradition that connects to Jerusalem and all these places that are around that. That's what people vote on. And the left constantly is saying that we're talking about issues. We're not talking about issues.
Jonathan, you wanted to respond?
One other perhaps point, you know, that we were saying that the left camp is very, very weak, but if traditionally we see the left is for territorial compromise and the right wing is opposing that, who gave back most of the territories? Who gave back the entire territory Israel conquered in 1967 from Egypt? It was Menachem Begin who gave back the Sinai Peninsula, and Ariel Sharon, still leader at the Likud at the time, who gave back the Gaza Strip, who gave back Hebron to the Palestinians.
What does that mean? Was the right wing adopting left wing?
Exactly. Pretty much. Not the entire thing, of course, not all of the ideologies, but some of them. Yes, if you would have asked someone at the Likud 25 or 30 years ago, do you see your leader as returning some of the territories conquered in 1967,
and yet,
they will say, hell no, but it happened.
But most Israelis think if it was up to them, to us, they're in favor of a two-state solution. They just don't think there's a partner on the other side. The issue is not, most people are not in favor of the greater land of Israel in terms of holding on forever. They just don't think there's one to give it back to. So the idea that it's just a question of territories and the compromise that's involved in it, that's not what people are voting on either.
Quickly?
Identity is not a political opinion. It's not the same. You can have one opinion and a different identity. You can be ultra-orthodox and be left-winger, and you can be a settler and vote for the Avodah, the Labour Party. So they're not the same. People that want to say they're the same, they're just misleading the public.